With student orientation just a week away, Dalhousie University has introduced some tough new alcohol restrictions on campus.
Indeed, the school has introduced a pilot project which bans alcohol inside 4 residences. That means even if you're of legal drinking age, you cannot bring alcohol into your room for the first week of school.
The CBC's Preston Mulligan is on this story for us tonight. So Preston, how will this work?
Hi there, Elizabeth. Well, the pilot project will apply to 4 residents. The residents directly behind me, Risley, it'll apply there, as well as 3 others, Howe, Gerard, and Sheriff. Now, the ban goes into effect this Saturday, September the 2nd, and it will remain in effect for several days until Monday, September 11th. That's the duration of orientation week. Now, again, as you said, no one can bring alcohol into any of those 4 residences, whether you're 18 years old or 25, legal age, it doesn't matter. The student union tells me that this policy was created by school administration. It'll be enforced by the residence assistants inside the building. It's also worth noting here that in years past, if an underage student was caught drinking in his or her dorm room, the RA would hand out a $100 fine. Well, those fines no longer exist. The penalty now, if you're caught this week with alcohol in your room, is a session of restorative justice. Here's the Students' Union take on this.
The whole reasoning why it's being done right now is because orientation week is a very high risk time for student drinking. You have a lot of incoming students who have left home for the first time on their own, able to experience new experiences for the first time. And so we really want to make sure that that first week we're making it as safe as possible, because like I said, that gives us a chance to come in with our programming, our education, and hopefully that stays with them to make more responsible choices in the future.
Now, Elizabeth, alcohol on campus, something a lot of universities are taking more and more serious lately. There have been 2 fatalities on campus in recent years, one in Dalhousie, one here, one at Acadia rather, and one here at Dalhousie, both in residences. In fact, the one that happened here happened at the residence directly in front of me. The family of Melody Shang is suing Dalhousie after her alcohol-related death back in November of 2015. Now, some of the students I spoke with today about this new pilot project, this ban on alcohol inside some of the residents, are not sure whether it's actually going to work.
I think regardless if it's banned or not, students will probably get a hold of it.
I know a few students have died in the past at Frosh Week, which might be part of the reason they did that.
If they were allowed to drink in residence, they'd probably have easier access to help if they did tend to get in trouble, because a lot of students are coming here, they're drinking for the first time, they don't really know how to drink properly. So if they're in an area where they can seek out help, it's more conducive for their overall safety, whereas if they're told they're not allowed to drink on campus, they'll probably get themselves into more trouble.
Just a final note on this, one of the students I spoke with today, Elizabeth, said that the problem of excessive drinking sometimes on campus isn't really a university issue. She didn't believe. She thinks that it's a stigma or a reputation, you might say, that exists here on the East Coast and maybe in Halifax in particular, and that the problem needs to be addressed at that level, not necessarily at the university level. That was her opinion on that. Elizabeth.
Certainly is a pressing issue. Thank you. Preston Mulligan live on Dalhousie campus for us tonight.